Welcome students, and today we are recording the last lecture on the chapter Deductions. So let us enjoy this lecture. Let us try to understand the intricacies of this chapter. Okay. So India is such a wonderful country where we use everything. In India we never consider something as waste. Maybe in foreign countries they consider this is waste, this is best something. But we have a wonderful culture to convert the waste to best also. Everybody is useful. So, but because of the so much years of pressure, or we can say slavery, we forgot our value systems. But anyhow, those who are into the business of converting waste to best, collecting and processing of biodegradable waste, right? If somebody is into that business and is earning money, government says you are doing great job, wonderful job you are doing, hats off to you, we respect you a lot, right? And government says 100% deduction, unconditional 100% deduction. Oh my god, which section, sir? 80JJA. So what 80JJA talks about? Business of collecting and processing of biodegradable waste. Now who can do? Anybody, any type of assessee can get into such business. Everybody is allowed. Hey, whether you are resident, non-resident, citizen, non-citizen, company, HUF, partnership, LLP, कुछ भी चलेगा यार. If you are converting biodegradable waste into something productive, you are a great asset. You are given 100% deduction for whatever income you are going to earn. But now you will use biodegradable waste for what? For generating electricity? Yes. You can create electricity. Of course, yeah, you can do it. Many businesses are doing and they are earning in crores of rupees. Crores, hundreds of crores. If you are having doubt, you can watch Amir Khan's Satyameva Jayatim episode on converting waste to best. You will understand the mindset and how businesses are done. Chalo, anyhow, let's get into the subject. So you have to convert that into electricity. Yes, very good. You can actually use it as fertilizers or pesticides. Yes, you can. Suppose example, there is agricultural waste and you put it into the land, it will become a very good manure. Yes. So you can use it as pesticides, you can use it as fertilizers, you can create even biofuel out of it. Yes. You can create pellets. Gobar मालूम? Yeah. गाय का गोबर रे भाई, ये भी नहीं मालूम. We can use it as pellets. Yes. पिडकल्लू बोलते तेलुगु में, मराठी में I don't know. So anyhow, pellets, गोबर से चपातियां बनाते, right? That's what I wanted to tell. And barquites. Actually, barquites is nothing but making roti out of coal and such substances actually. Okay, organic manure. So if you are creating this positive things and contributing to the economy by using the waste of which is created by the society, right? Means like biodegradable waste and all, right? Then what you will get? 100% deduction. How many years? Next 5 years. Okay, when you start the business till next 5 years, you will get 100% deduction. Super. So that means whatever income, PGBP income less deductions under 80C2U, 80JJA, same 80JJA, same whatever is your income, simply write that, nothing taxable. Okay, business income from converting is fully allowed as deduction. But please try to remember, no double deduction. Here you got deduction. Now you cannot claim the same as deduction under some other head, please. Okay, some other place. So here only. Now for claiming this deduction, what I suggest you to file the returns within time, obviously, right? Under section 139, we remember, right, due dates for filing returns. So you should file the return on time and claim the deduction in the returns. Then you will be able to enjoy this privilege. and think of such business. If you love to watch Satyameva Jayate series, definitely you will come up with some good ideas. Shall we come to next section? Yes. 80JJAA. So I am talking about 80JJAA. Yes. So what is 80JJAA? It is nothing but additional cost to the additional employees. If you are appointing new workers in your establishment, you will get this deduction. Wonderful, right? So government want to encourage employment. For that purpose, this deduction is allowed. Now you may ask me a question, sir, because if we pay salary to employees, it is allowed as deduction under section 37, right? Yes, of course. Sir, then there we can claim deduction, here also, or either this or that. No, Baba, no, wait, I will tell you. Under section 37, 100% of salaries paid is allowed as deduction. And other than that, government is giving on the same amount. Yes, on the same amount, additional deduction under 80JJAA. Target is to encourage employment in the factories. Okay, yes, but it should be a business, obviously. Tax audit is compulsory under 44AB. So your business should be there. It should be subject to tax audit. And please, it should not be something like two businesses are there. You split off into, one business is there. You split off into two. One business is there. It acquired another business. And you tell that we have started new. No, it's not allowed. You will not get deduction if you say it is new business. Please understand. Okay, right. Then if you reconstruct the business, naam change kar diye, you change the name, does not mean that the employees are new, does not mean that business is new. It's all old business with new name, simple. So you will not get any deduction under this section. Hey, I said tax audit is compulsory, but when the tax audit report should be submitted? अरे वही टैक्स ऑडिट रे बाबा, सेक्शन 44AB वाला. राइट सर, विल गेट डिडक्शन. 44AB टैक्स ऑडिट, you will get deduction. Okay, but tax audit report should be submitted when? At least one month before the due date of filing returns. Suppose example, you are an individual businessman, and if you are individual businessman, your tax returns should be filed by 31st July. Agreed? Yes, sir. So tax audit report should be submitted 1 month before. That means 30th June. Very good. Suppose you are a company assessee. What is the due date of filing returns? Come on, tell. 30th September. You forgot. No amendments. 30th September is wrong. October 31st is the due date for filing returns for companies. Now, so when you should submit the tax audit report? Obviously September 30th. 1 month immediately before the filing of returns. Very good. Chaliye, I just gave the due dates. If you have filed the returns a little early, 1 month before that date. Okay. Yes. To claim this deduction under 80JJAA, what is important? You have to file the returns and claim the deduction in the returns. That's a compulsion. What is the benefit you are going to get? 30% of the additional cost because of the new employees. Suppose example, you appointed 10 new employees and you are paying 10,000 each. So how much would be the amount? 10 new employees, 10,000 each per month. What is the additional cost you are incurring? 10 new employees, 10,000 each. Yes, 12 lakhs is the amount. What? Yes. See, I will tell you. 10 employees, each 10,000. So how much? Monthly 1 lakh. Yearly how much? 12 lakhs. So in 12 lakhs into 30%, how much? 12 lakhs का 30%. अरे बाबा 3,60,000 सिंपल. कैलकुलेटर पे कर लो, तुम लोग कैलकुलेटर पे ही करोगे, राइट? So 3,60,000 you will get the deduction. How many years you will get? for the 3 years. कितने साल? 3 years you will get this deduction. So wonderful, right? You are already getting deduction of 12 lakhs under section 37, right? Other than that, you are getting deduction of 3 lakh 60 under 80JJAA. Yes, sir. Okay. Now you may ask me, sir, okay, what is meant by additional cost? So additional cost to the new employee means whatever emoluments you pay to the new employees. In simple terms, whatever is the actual payments you make to the new employees. Suppose actual payments what you make to the new employees. That's what. Chalo, what suppose it means? Does include. Suppose due to the contract of employment, you have paid anything to the employee. Paid is very important. That is included. But suppose as an employer you are contributing to PF pension fund. You are not paying to employees, right? You are depositing for the benefit of employee in PF fund or pension fund. That's not included. Okay. At the time of retirement, leave encashment, gratuity, superannuation amount payments. So such payments at the time of retirement, that also not included. Okay. So ये जो included है वो ही लेना है. That we have to take. Excluded you need not take. And whatever is included you took, excluded you removed it. So whatever salary comes, considering included items and removing excluded items into 30%, you will get the deduction. Yes, sir. Now you may ask me, sir, if it is existing employees and suppose 31st March 2021, we checked we have 100 employees and then 31st March 22 we checked 100 employees. So is there any additional employees? No. So will you get deduction? No. Suppose you pay in cash. Will you get deduction? No. So if there is no increment in employees and if you are paying salaries in cash, either this or that, you will not get any deduction. Pakka yaad ho gaya? Haan, language is confusing. I understand. If any payment made to employees otherwise than account pay, check, demand draft or electronic clearance system or any other electronic mode. अरे बाबा सीधा बोलो ना कैश में पेमेंट करने का है. Not allowed as deduction. If you pay through banking channel, then only it is allowed as deduction. Suppose example, you are a new establishment. आपने नया नया धंधो चालू किया. You started a new establishment. Now all employees are new employees only. So whatever you pay to all employees, everything is included. Okay, tension नहीं लेने का. Clear? Yes, sir. We understood. So now we have to remember few things which are very important. 4 points ध्यान दो बस. 4 points. Concentrate whatever I say. Additional employees I already said. Increase in number of employees should be there. Suppose 31st March 2021 there are 100 employees and 31st March 2022 there are 120 employees. So how many increase? अरे पहले 100 था अब कितना? How much? 120. So how much increase? Sir, 20 increase, sir. Yes, this 20 employees will get the deduction. Oh, sorry. For this 20 employees, the employer will get deduction. So whatever the employer pays to these 20 employees, not only as a salary he will get deduction, because employer is paying salary, right? For employer it is expenditure, right? So he will get deduction under section 37, but also under JJAA. But ये employees थोड़े छोटे level के चाहिए यार, not big employees, huh? So if the employee's salary is less than 25,000 per month, not per annum, ठीक है? So 25,000 per month, then allowed as deduction. इनको count करेंगे additional employees में, ठीक है? But if suppose their salary is more than 25,000, they are not counted. Suppose example, some other employee is there whose pension is contributed by central government under the Employees Provident Fund and Miscellaneous Provisions Act 1952. Then कौन contribute कर रहा है? Government. What is the contribution? Pension. Under which law? EPF and Miscellaneous Provisions Act. Forgot. These employees are not counted. इसको count करने का नहीं. Right? Yes sir, we remember. Now come to the next concept. Sir, if suppose an employee is working for less than 240 days, can we count? No. He should at least work for that establishment in a year for more than 240 days. But sir, if it is leather industry, footwear industry, apparel segment, garments industry, then less than 150, they are not counted for this year. More than 150 days the employee worked, then he is counted. Sir, suppose in the past example, if the employee, 20 employees are additional employee, and in that 20 employees, if suppose 2 employees worked for less than 240 days or 150 case in specific cases, then they will not get deduction for their salaries. No deduction, sir. Arey, why you are worrying? You will get the deduction not in the current year. You will get in the next 3 years. Suppose you appointed that 2 employees in 21-22, or suppose 20 employees you appointed in 21-22 only. Okay, sir. But out of that, 2 employees worked for less than 240 days. Okay, sir. So what will happen? 22-23 previous year, 23-24 previous year, 24-25 previous year. 3 years, as we discussed, will get the deduction. So no problem. All other 18 employees, current year plus 2 years. Okay, okay, sir. You understood. Suppose an employee is not covered by PF, Provident Fund. Will he get deduction? If the employee is not covered by Provident Fund, will he get deduction? The answer is no. He will not get deduction if he is covered, not covered by PF, Provident Fund. If he is covered by PF, yes, he will. So, salary should be less than 25,000, pension should not be paid by central government, work more than 240 days or 150 days, and covered by PF. These are compulsory things. Business should be there, and subject to tax audit should be there. These 2 conditions for business. And what is the deduction? 30% of the additional cost. How many years? 3 years. This is how you should remember the deduction under section 80JJAA. Yes, sir. So, now what we discussed, that if the employee has worked for less than 240 days in a year, he will not, the employer will not be able to get 80JJAA benefit. You remember? Yes, sir. So, same leather industry, garments industry, apparel industry, footwear industry, for them 240 is replaced by 150. And next thing which we have to remember, hey, it does not mean that they will not be allowed. Yaad aaya? Yes. So, what they said? That they will get deduction, but in next 3 years, where they satisfy 150 or 240 condition. And suppose the employee is not covered by EPF, then no deduction at all for such employee. So let's start with the next section, that is 80QQB, and my favorite section because it is about authors who do some literature creative work. So 80QQB, they ask the question, kyun zindagi mein kyun? And they find some answers and write in books. Reading books is a wonderful habit for all of you. If you are not reading books, you are not living life. What I will say to you, you are not living life to the fullest. You are just compromising for pennies where you can make millions. So please read the books. That's must. Now let's come to QQB. So those who are authors, like I also want to become author, definitely in next 2 years you will find some publications from my side too. So suppose under 80 QQB you will get the deduction. For what? For writing books. Of course. Who will get? Resident only. Okay. Who will get? Resident. Whether citizen or not a citizen does not matter. Suppose from foreign country somebody comes to in India, stays in India for few years, writes a book about India, definitely that person will also get the deduction for royalty received. And many does so. Because even in Harvard University, there is a school of divinity where they come to India, they learn of the divine principles about India, they go to Harvard and teach all that. We are foolish. We don't study our divine principles. That is our problem, right? Anyhow, let's come back to QQB. So QQB says whoever are authors will write the books, who are residents, whether citizen or not, will get the deduction under 80 QQB. They should write the book. That's one important thing. He may be an individual author or a joint author. That's perfectly fine. Now I will tell you further things. Which type of books? Scientific research related books, literary related books. Hey, you can write criminal related novels, romantic novels you can write, right? You can life exploration related novels you can write, books you can write, motivational books you can write, you can become successful, yay, such books you can write, you will get the deduction under 80 QQB. Chalo. But if you design a brochure, you write an article in magazine, or you write a journal, maybe you write some commentaries on something, or maybe you have created a diaries, you are selling the diaries, no deduction for such things. Okay, newspapers you are writing, no deduction for such things. Please understand. Okay, yes sir. Now how you will get the money for writing the book? I'll tell you. Suppose I wrote a book. I wrote a book on practical aspect of tax saving, something like that, and I asked Taxman Publication to publish my book. So Taxman Publication saw the content and so impressed with me that Ganesh, we are very impressed with the thoughts which you actually wrote. So we will pay you something around 1 crore rupees for the book. You take it. This is lump sum royalty paid. For this also we will get deduction. But will I accept lump sum? I'll simply say to Taxman Publication, boss, it is not one-time book, boss. Every year I have to do amendments. So, you pay me percentage. Taxman said, okay, no problem. And percentage royalty can also be paid. So, if they pay, the publisher pays, book publisher pays to the author, either lump sum amount or percentage of sales, anyway, you will get it, the author will get deduction under QQB. Now, why the author will get money? Because he is giving the copyright to the publisher to print the books and sell the books. The publisher will get exclusive rights to print and sell the books. That's why for transferring that right to publish, author will get some royalty, lump sum or percentage. He will get the deduction. But here is the twist. You can actually sell the books in foreign country also, or you can publish in Cambridge also, or many other international publications. Still you will get the deduction under 80 QQB. Not a problem. If you receive, suppose you are a renowned author, very famous author, बहुत नाम है आपका. So sometimes publications will give you advance money also. And it is not returnable. For that also you will get the deduction. But the point is, if you get from foreign, you have to remit. Remittance. Yes, from foreign country, the money should be brought to India in convertible foreign exchange. Within how much time? 6 months. Come on, within how much time? 6 months. From what date? From the previous year. So from the end of the previous year, suppose 21-22 is our current previous year, 31st March 22 the year will end. From that date within 6 months. That means till September 30th 2022 we should bring the money from foreign country to India. But there are some foreign countries, they don't allow so easily to bring it back. Then we will ask the Reserve Bank of India. RBI will give extra time to us. Within that time we should bring the money back to India. Then we will get the deduction. For that we have to get approval from prescribed authority. We have to submit form number 10H. Of course, form number 10H we should submit. Next thing to remember, we have to understand that we have to also get a form from the publisher in 10 CCD that he has made the payment for writing the book. Okay, then we'll get the deduction. But how much? Suppose if the publisher is paying lump sum amount, then whatever 100% of the income author receives or rupees 3 lakhs, whichever is lower will be allowed as deduction. Kitna ji? 100% of the income, 100% of the income or rupees 3 lakhs, whichever is lower will be allowed as deduction. But suppose sometimes what happens, we get as an author percentage royalty on the sales, then same, everything same. Least of the following 3 is allowed. Minimum of the following 3 is allowed as deduction. What are they? First one, 100% of money received each year. Okay. Second one, 3 lakhs per annum. Yes. Third one, 15% of the book sold. Yes. Whichever is lower, you will get the deduction. क्या मिलेगा आपको? मिल जाएगा. क्या मिलेगा? Deduction. So till now you understood one proper thing, QQB? Yes? No? Yes sir. Now last thing, double deduction. Is it allowed double deduction? No. Once you get deduction under this, can you claim deduction under any other section? Can you say that I'll claim deduction under section 37? No, you will not get deduction. And you have to claim this deduction. For that, file returns on time. Under 139 subsection 1, they gave due dates, right? July 31st, 31st October for audit assessees. International transactions hai to November 30th, yaad aaya? Within that due date, you file the returns and claim the deduction. Right? This is all about QQB for all of us. Now we will discuss a section called as 80 RRB. So suppose example, a scientist is there, an engineer is there, he has developed some product, right? They have developed a knowledge base like Euro, right? Bulb invented, right? Many different products are invented, created. The development is called as patent, right? The first person who created is called as patentee. Okay, so sometimes what happens, this patent is register it. Obviously they have to register to earn lot of money. So when they register it and they give the patent to others for making the product, selling and earning money, that other will give some commission to this patentee. That is actually allowed as deduction under RRB. So basically, to whom this deduction is given? To resident individual. It may be single individual or joint patentees also. Both are allowed. Now, deduction is given. But first, let us discuss about income. So when we calculate that gross total income, right? Salary, house property, PGP, capital gain, other sources. In the other sources, royalty income should be written. Now, it may be lump sum for the new thing developed, or it may be some time to time installment payments. It may be some commission, whatever may be, but is it paid by the company to the developer? If it is, then for the developer of the patent, or we can say patentee, it is an income taxable. Okay? Yes. Sometimes what they do is they receive some advance also for developing some new product, and that is not refundable. That is also taxable actually. Okay. First let us understand that it is taxable. Yes sir. And because these are taxable, deduction under 80 RRB is given. Right? Yes. Now Suppose you sold the patent. Sold the patent means the patent was in your name. Now you removed the name and other person's name is written on the patent. So you lost the right as a patentee. Then for that capital gains will be there because it's intangible asset, right? And when you sell intangible asset, capital gains arise. So it is taxable under capital gain. Suppose you develop a new product and you are selling and earning, then it is PGBP income, right? Yes. So you should be able to understand this. Now come to foreign remittance concept. Suppose sometimes you receive money from foreign countries for developing some patent. So when you are receiving money, you should bring that money back to India for claiming deduction. When you should bring back? Within 6 months from the end of previous year. Kitna? Within 6 months from the end of previous year. And importantly, sometimes it takes more time. Then you can request RBI to give more time and RBI will allow you. Oh, that's the competent authority. They have the time allowed authority to permit you. Now very important that you have to submit a form under 10H. You have to take the form from prescribed authority and attach with the return of income. This is very, very important thing. Now, whoever is the payer, like you developed patent, you will be paid by the company, right? Which are making the products on the basis of your software, right? So they will pay you. The payer should give you the form called as 10CCE. Come on, remember this form. 10CCE, MCQ question may be asked, right? Payer should give this form. Clear? Yes, sir. Now come to the next thing. How much deduction? Simple. Why 100% of the amount received or rupees 3 lakhs, whichever is lower. Kitna? 100% of the amount received or rupees 3 lakhs, whichever is lower you will get the deduction. But in case of foreign, 100% of the amount income earned is okay. But if it is brought to India within 6 months or within prescribed time permitted by RBI, then only deduction is allowed. So that's why foreign से आने वाला जो royalty है, the points are written in some different way. But anyhow, you understood, right? 100% of the income or rupees 3 lakhs, whichever is lower is allowed as deduction. In case of foreign, 100% of the income or 3 lakhs subject to bringing it back into our country within 6 months from the end of previous year or permitted by RBI, that much time. Okay. Suppose example, somebody challenged your patent that no, this is not his patent, this is my patent, and you lost the case in the court. So it is not your patent now. You lost all the rights in the patent because it was not yours. Then whatever you claimed as deduction previously, all that deductions will be reversed and will be taxed. Sir, how much time it will take to reverse it? So what they said, when the court gave the order, from that time, from that year, within next 4 years, income tax department has the power. Who has the power? Income tax department has the power to recalculate your income and collect relevant tax from you. So please be careful. Can you get double deduction? Obviously no double deduction. You get deduction here, that means no other place you should claim deduction. And for claiming deduction, you all know that you have to file returns within time. That's very important. Now section 80 TTA. I will really be disappointed if you get or try to claim deduction under this section. But still, government is giving the benefit, because why I will tell you. First let me tell the section and then we'll discuss. Okay? Chalo, let's start. So what they said here, when you deposit the money in a savings bank account, you will get some interest. How much? Yearly 2%, 3%, max 4%. Right? If it is Kotak Bank, they will give 6%. but then the charges, whatever they levy, they will recover everything, don't worry, right? So whatever interest you are receiving, that is included in your income under the head other sources, and then you will get deduction under 80TTA. Okay, so what is 80TTA? Who will get the deduction? First thing, remember, who will get the deduction? Resident individual, okay, whoever is the individual, HUF, he will get the deduction. 80TTA, who will get deduction? Individual HUF. Okay, yes sir. Then the second question comes. If suppose senior citizens are there, they will get deduction under 80TTB. They will not get deduction here. Okay sir. When you will get deduction? If you deposit the money in savings bank. Okay. Now, in a banking company you deposit the money, or in a cooperative society you deposit the money, like banking cooperative society. Okay. It is not agricultural cooperative society, consumer cooperative society, no deduction. If it is banking cooperative society or land development cooperative society, land mortgage related cooperative society, or even if you deposit in post office, the most safest, there also you will get the deduction. So simply remember, first banking company, second banking cooperative including land mortgage, land development, right? Third post office. If you deposit in this post office bank account, you will get the deduction. Now you may ask how much? Whatever interest you get, or rupees 10,000, whichever is lower, you will get the deduction. Okay sir. Now what is the special thing is that if you actually deposit the money in post office and it is in your single name, up to 3,500 it is fully exempt. How much interest is fully exempt? Up to 3,500. If it is joint account, then up to 7,000 per annum is fully exempt. Under which section? 10 subsection 15. So post office, if you deposit the money, then you will get 10 subsection 15, 3,500 for single account, joint account 7,000 exemption, and other than that you will get the deduction under TTA. But can you claim the deduction of TTA for partnership firms, association of persons, body of individuals? The answer is no. You will not get deduction. Will you get the deduction for fixed deposits? The answer is no. Right? Only for savings bank deposit you will get the deduction. Now let's discuss the TTB section. This is specially for senior citizens. किसके लिए है ये? Only for senior citizen. Please remember, किसके लिए? TTB for senior citizens. Yes. Now, where they should deposit? Same again. Banking company, cooperative society, land mortgage bank of cooperative society, or land development cooperative society, post office, you deposit the money, you will get the deduction. How much? Amount deposited, यहाँ थोड़ा ज़्यादा है देखो. Normally we will get 10,000, but senior citizen ना थोड़ा respect 50,000. So amount deposited or 50,000, whichever is lower, right? And last thing, for partnership firm, AOP, individual, they will not get the deduction. So this is all about deductions chapter. Hope you enjoyed. And in the description, I will be giving the link of total notes of 80 deductions. So you can get the notes of 80 deduction in a simplified version here. So all the best for your learning, and do connect with us by subscribing to the channel, like the video, and it takes a lot of efforts to make the videos for the students. I love to do it. So you also give your love. Comment below what topics you want to know further. We'll meet in that next video. Till then, take care. Bye everybody.